Christmas at Marissa's new place looked staged. White lights, spice in the air, Mom, Diane, running the kitchen like a set. I sat at the far end, wearing the smile I'd been trained to. Mom rose with her glass. "To my daughter," she said, shining at Marissa, "for buying a beautiful home and building a real future." Applause. Then her gaze snapped to me. "Elena, when will you finally settle down?" Marissa smirked. "Yeah, when are you going to grow up and get your life together?" Forks hovered. My cousin Tessa watched, quiet and ready. I put my fork down. "I already did," I said. "I just didn't invite anyone who doubts me." Mom blinked like I'd spoken another language. "Don't be dramatic, you're renting that little apartment." "I'm not renting." My fingers closed around the key in my purse. "I bought a house 8 months ago, 3 bedrooms, an office, on the lake, paid cash." Silence slammed down. Marissa's smile cracked. Mom's face flushed, then went pale. That sentence had years behind it. In our suburb outside Chicago, my mother chose her star early. When Marissa won a dance trophy, there were balloons and photos. When I won a statewide writing contest, Mom said, "Nice," and asked if Marissa needed new tights. Later, the difference showed up as money. My sister's plans supported, mine too expensive. I chased scholarships, worked shifts, graduated with honors, and got a text instead of a celebration. The turning point came on another holiday drive, after my first big win at work. Mom stared ahead and said, "Your sister's getting it together. You should settle down too." Something in me clicked. I stopped auditioning for love. I built a life that didn't need their applause. Back in Chicago, I treated that click like a vow. I took the accounts nobody wanted, stayed late, learned the tools, and tracked every dollar. Raises came. Then a better title. Marissa kept reinventing herself. Sales, events, consulting. She always looked glossy, always promised a breakthrough. Mom kept feeding the image. I saw it at a cookout for Marissa's mortgage approval. House balloons, a cake with a plastic key. Mom glowing like my sister had bought the moon. I went inside for ice and stopped cold. Their voices floated from the dining room, papers spread out. 3 credit cards, Mom said. Almost maxed, a car payment, and now a mortgage. "I'm short for closing," Marissa sighed. 10 grand, maybe more. You can move it from savings, right? Just this once." A pause. "I'll see what I can put on my card," Mom said. I backed away before they saw me. That night, I opened my accounts and stared until the numbers turned into a plan. Weeks later, a realtor showed me a bungalow by the lake. Porch, bright windows, a back room made for an office. My advisor said, "You can pay cash and breathe." So I did, keys in my hand, water whispering behind the house. Tessa came first, carrying plants and a toolkit. "Do they know?" she asked. "No," I said. "Not yet." Now, at this table, Mom demanded, "Why hide it?" "Because you never listened," I said. "You only measured her." Marissa's laugh snapped. "Sure, and I'm royalty." Tessa leaned forward. "It's real, I've been there." The room shifted, my pulse stayed even. I slid my chair back and stood. "Merry Christmas," I said, and walked for the door. Cold air slapped my cheeks as I crossed the driveway. Behind me, talk tried to restart, thin as tinsel. Tessa followed, and we paused beside my old hybrid under the porch light. "You okay?" she asked. "I'm done shrinking," I said, watching my breath bloom. At the lake house, the key turned cleanly. Silence met me, broken only by water tapping the shore. I slept like a door finally locked. After New Year's, the family chat went quiet. Then Mom called until her name blurred into missed notifications. Her first voicemail was brittle. "Elena, we need to talk." Tessa told me what she'd heard. Marissa's promotion never came, the credit cards went to collections, and the mortgage started slipping. The dream home hit the market by spring. Mom reached me the week the listing went up. "Your sister needs help," she said. "You have money, just a loan, just until she gets back on her feet." "Until the next emergency," I said. "I'll help her make a budget. I'll read her resume. I'm not funding the mask." Her inhale shook. "I'm sorry." "I hear you," I said, and meant it. "But sorry doesn't rewind years." I set rules. No comparisons, no guilt, no money talk. When she crossed them, I ended the call. Each boundary hurt, then cleared the room inside me. That weekend, Tessa arrived with seedlings, and we planted them along my porch. Wind lifted my hair, sharp and lake cold. I watched the new green tremble in the soil and felt something steadier than victory. Peace, earned and held, without anyone else's permission.